What you just saw right there was Iran's retaliatory missile strikes against Bahrain, and specifically ballistic missile strikes directed against the U.S. Fifth Fleet Naval Support Activity Installation in Bahrain. Iran retaliated against every nation, essentially, in the Middle East other than Oman, following the United States and Israel launching a joint military operation and attack against Iran late last night. The United States is calling its military strikes with Israel against Iran Operation Epic Fury. At the Midas Touch Network, we are calling it Operation Epstein Fury, or the Jeffrey Epstein War. There is now a full-fledged war taking place between the United States and Israel against Iran. All hell is breaking loose in the Middle East. Iran responded against the military strikes by the U.S. and Israel against Tehran by shooting ballistic missiles into Israel, also by shooting ballistic missiles into the UAE, and specifically at Abu Dhabi and Dubai, by shooting ballistic missiles at Qatar, Kuwait, Bahrain, Saudi Arabia, and Iraq. We also saw ballistic missiles and cruise missiles coming from either Israel or the United States, trailing over Iraq into Iran. This was being referred to by Israel as decapitation or assassination strikes. You had Israel focusing on taking out top Iranian military and political leadership, while the U.S. was attacking military infrastructure. On the other hand, you had Iran attacking some of the neighboring Middle East countries, but specifically focusing on where there were United States military assets. Also in Yemen, the Houthis over there said that they would be utilizing their capabilities, or what remains of their capabilities, in order to once again attack the cargo ships in the region, specifically the ships that are traversing the Strait of Hormuz. You see right here an image, the Persian Gulf, the Gulf of Oman. You see the Strait of Hormuz right there, which is right by Iran. This is one of the main shipping routes out of the Persian Gulf. And so if the Strait of Hormuz is shut down, that would also be disastrous in terms of our economy and economies throughout the world. So let's give you some of the latest information. Hat tip to the open source intelligence defenders. They do a good job at least aggregating some of this news. We could show you some of the images of what it looked like as well in Iran and in the surrounding areas as I go through what went down. So here's what we know. A joint U.S.-Israeli operation was launched last night. Trump is now calling for regime change. This is not about stopping Iran from enriching uranium. By all accounts, the Oman foreign minister said that Iran was basically in the mediated discussions, agreeable to no longer enriching uranium and agreeable to oversight. But Donald Trump has made it very clear. He gave he posted on his social media platform a video he'll be speaking of this morning as well, saying that this is about regime change. This is about changing the leadership in Iran. Really nothing to do with about uranium enrichment anymore. It's changing the entire structure of Iran. And Donald Trump and Israel are calling for the Iranian people to revolt, to get out on the streets and topple the Ayatollah. The opening waves of these strikes have been characterized as assassination strikes, confirming early reports of decapitation strikes. According to Israel, they've had success in hitting numerous top military leadership of Iran. There are reports, though, that they were not able, at least as of right now, to hit the Ayatollah and the president of Iran. Officials from both the U.S. and Israel say that this is going to be a multi-day military campaign. As I mentioned earlier, Israel is focusing on military targets, and the U.S. is helping as well with some of the bunkers. There have been lots of ballistic missiles being fired at this time. We have images right here. Israel, said, look, we engaged in this quote unquote preemptive strike. And then when Iran then hit, then launch ballistic missiles into Israel. Israel says we've got to defend ourselves. We have a right to defend ourselves. Iran has launched strikes on U.S. bases across the Middle East. Explosions are seen in the U.S. naval base in Al Jafar, Bahrain. That's what you saw at the beginning of this video. Alarm sirens followed and multiple explosions in Kuwait, in Abu Dhabi, and in Dubai in the United Arab Emirates. The UAE said it has the right to respond militarily if it wants to. Saudi Arabia, Riyadh, hit as well. They said they have the right to respond against Iran and that their sovereignty has been violated. In Qatar, an official source at the Ministry of Defense told Al Jazeera that an Iranian missile was intercepted by their Patriot system. And there's still lots of attacks going on there as well. Throughout all of this, Donald, last night, as America was at war, I mean, we're 100% at war now with Iran. Let's be clear about what this is. Donald Trump, though, was posting messages about his 2020 election conspiracies after the United States was at war. This is how, demented this guy is. He posted photos of Fani Willis, the Fulton County District Attorney, and Donald Trump goes, as Georgia prosecutor pursued Trump, Biden DOJ invited her to get lucrative grants, memo shows. That's what he was doing last night. He was making lots of posts like that. Also, Donald Trump made a video of himself wearing a baseball cap, or a cap that said USA on it. He was sweaty and grotesque looking, and he was giving this speech that he just posted on Truth Social, his failing social media company. And he goes, "The lives of American heroes may be lost, and we may have casualties, but that's what happens in war." That was his message. Not really discussing with American people why we're doing regime change, what the costs are going to be, not trying to sell this war to us or let us know why.